Hey there.
In this video, Jake and I are going to go out and shoot the northern lights and hopefully find the Aurora Borealis and do some low light shooting. So we are up in Coldfoot, Alaska. Why are we in Coldfoot, Jake?
It's the middle of nowhere, so it's always a great place to go if you want to see a rare phenomenon. Actually, Coldfoot is one of the best places to come view the northern lights because they're far enough north that they have northern light activity most nights. But also, because of where they're situated in the mountains, they also have clear skies most nights, which is kind of a hard combination to get, oddly enough. So it's a great place to try and film or photograph the aurora from, and hopefully maybe even just some good astro.
Okay.
If we can capture that too.
Cool. So if you don't know where Coldfoot is, go look it up on the map. You'll see where we are. We're really in the middle of nowhere.
The middle of nowhere.
Yeah. So anyways, we gotta...
it's on the road to the edge of nowhere.
So we're gonna have a quick meal here and try to head out and talk about some tips and stuff as we go out and share our experience.
Yeah.
So it's about 12:30 in the morning. We're out here trying to capture the northern lights here, and I want to talk a little bit about what we're doing and give you some tips. Of course, I'm shooting on Jake's A7S III right now because it sees in the dark, but we're going to be using my Canon R5 II to capture some images. So before we get into that though, huge thank you to B&H Photo who sponsored this trip for me to come out to Alaska and make this cool content for all of you. Please go check out what they have for sale. I buy most of my stuff from them. They've been a huge supporter of the channel for lots of stuff, lending me gear, but also the fact that I can go on trips like this and share these experiences with all of you. So there are affiliate links down in the description for stuff that I'm going to be using in this video, but also stuff that I use on a regular basis. So please go check that out. All right, so it is pretty chilly out here, and Jake is going to give me some tips. I have actually never shot something like this before, and also I'm not much of a photographer, so...
Yes, you started your photography journey 2 days ago.
If you guys don't know, I pretty much just shoot video, so...
The best way to do that is jump right into the deep end and go out in pitch black and try and film or shoot something that is really
Okay, so
difficult
first
to
of
film
all,
or shoot.
the Aurora is starting to light up a little bit behind us here, which we'll show you some images after we capture them. Jake is taking a few photos. So, Jake, couple things. Fast lenses are good.
Yeah, the faster the lens, the better. So having like a f1.4, f1.8 is great. F1.4 is better.
Okay.
But also you want to have a pretty wide lens, like generally 24 millimeters is the narrowest I would go. Because you want to have something foreground element. You want to have trees, mountains, something in the foreground just to kind of anchor the image. Otherwise it's very hard to kind of conceptualize what the image is about.
And you want to get some foreground elements and stuff like that.
Yeah, and it adds, and it's kind of cool too, because like you can use trees or mountains to kind of point the way and push people's attention toward the aurora. I mean, generally their attention will be grabbed by the aurora anyway.
Right. But leading lines, stuff like that.
Yeah, leading lines are really helpful.
Okay, so I don't really have the right lens to do this right now.
Well, but so we're both using f2.8 lenses tonight, which are fine. It just means that you have to change your shutter speed and have a little longer shutter speed, or you have to push your ISO a little higher to still get the same amount of light. Fast lenses are great. Obviously that's the direction you want to go, especially if you want to like actually just film the aurora, not do photos.
Okay, so we're going to do both tonight.
Yeah, we're going to try and do both.
Okay.
Especially if it really pops off, it'll be easier.
All right, you can tell how cold we are. We're talking fast. All right, so let's, I'm going to go set up over here and we'll talk about what we're doing. So we're going to start with doing some photos here. The Aurora is starting to light up quite a bit. So right now for my settings, I'm doing photography. I have the lens wide open. I'm shooting on the RF 24-70 because that's the lens that I have. I'm at 24 millimeters and f2.8. Try to get the most light into the sensor as possible. I have the ISO set at 3200. And a 5-second shutter. The other things I'm doing here is I have a 2-second timer, and the reason why that's really helpful is you can hit the shutter button and then get your head off the camera, and the camera will settle and not be shaking once it starts to take the photo. In addition to that, you have to set the focus manually, and I used focus peaking to do that. And when you do that, you'll just see the stars. You'll see the stars light up, and then you'll know it's in focus. So let me show you a couple images that I just captured. So getting some really cool photos. I put on the RF 35 1.4, which Jake borrowed from a friend of his, which is really cool. We have a faster lens, so it allows me to bring down the ISO quite a bit. I'm still sticking with 5-second shutter. It's turning out pretty well. couple of things I want to mention. Of course, you have to have this on a tripod. I know I was talking about that before, but make sure, because otherwise there's no way you could do a long exposure. The other thing is the color temperature should be somewhere between 4,000 and 4,400. I think I have it set at 4,300 right now. So I'm gonna grab a couple more shots with the 35. So I captured a bunch of photos. It is absolutely freezing out here. It's much later in the evening, and I need to go to bed soon. We have a long day tomorrow. But you can probably see the Aurora behind me here because I'm filming on the A7S III here, and the ISO is up at 32,000. So I tried doing a little bit of filming with my R5 II, but even with the 35 1.4 lens, it's pretty tough unless the Aurora is really bright, and it's decent tonight, but it's not ridiculous. So it's really hard to get the exposure right without really getting the ISO up. So I was trying it a little bit with the shutter speed even open faster than it should be. It was like 1/8. But I couldn't quite get enough exposure really to get it to be not super grainy. But anyways, just want to give you a few tips. One thing also, just in doing this, is you got to experiment a little bit and take a look on the screen and see what it looks like. Just play around with the shutter speed and the ISO and try to keep the ISO as low as possible. Obviously, I really hope that Canon will put out a 24 1.4 soon. This would be a lot cooler with that, but we did get to play with the 35 1.4, so that was pretty neat. Also got a few shots with the 15 to 35. So anyways, hope you enjoyed this video. Quick little behind the scenes of doing some astro here in the middle of nowhere, Alaska, and huge thanks to B&H Photo again for making this happen. Thank you all for watching, and we'll see you in the next one.
We're rolling.
All right, let me talk for a minute.
Okay. You want me in the frame?
No, not yet, but I'll get you in a second.
Outtakes! Outtakes!
You want to do the hey there? Want to do that?
No, you should do that.
No, it'd be funnier.
Well, if I do hey there, and then what are you jumping right away?
Yeah.
Okay. Another time when a lot of other places ask to be.
The mic's not even on. All right, Jake.
Okay.
So.
I really didn't properly layer up for this. Oh, good. It's still recording, too. So you get to see all the behind the scenes stuff. Oh, my God. It's cool.